study photography to take up time, and it wasn't. I didn't have a career aspiration. When I was in school, I studied English journalism. I realized very quickly that I didn't want to. At that time, people were training you to be an editor at a newspaper, and I knew there was nothing wrong with this at all. I just knew I couldn't do it. I couldn't sit at that desk, and I would go out of my mind. But I didn't know what the choice was. And I was waiting to find out whether I was going to be put in prison for draft evasion, and I really was. And I didn't know what to do. And I heard about a class in MIT with Minor White. And I lived in Boston. He was kind of I think he's a true guru figure, if you know anything about him. He was emaciated, gaunt, long white hair, kind of overtly spiritual being when you met him. To me, he was. It couldn't have been more foreign. I mean, I was a street kid. I thought this is like a great mystery. Other people looked at Don. He had the personality that fit him, and it drove me crazy. And as a result, I think I learned a lot. Like he would. I'm trying to think if this is actually an assignment, but there were assignments of the like of looking at the changing light in a room, for example, and it seemed ridiculous to me to be spending all this time. And then, of course, now in my life, I go into a room, and it's almost my second nature to try to find where to sit. So people aren't aware of it, because I don't want to change what's going on, but you want to be someplace where you can at least take a photograph where there's some light. So light is something you study. And he was a very difficult, painful teacher because he was very honest. He would give you, I failed, as I remember, I failed the major assignment, which was to photograph in the manner of somebody else. And I took Weston because I loved Weston's work. I did everything I could. I knew how he processed. I knew everything he did. And mine just said, the pictures had nothing to do with his. Just, devastated me. But he was right. And I always thought, I met him later in life. I think what he did is he opened. If you ask me what he did, he really did care about the photographic world, and I always thought pictures were the newspapers and they were thrown out with the trash. That's the world I came from. So suddenly he was someone who put him on a wall, and it kind of frightened me. It was not the way that I went, but the fact that he treasured him so much and treasured the perceptions that was the biggest change, that we were doing something that had significance. Yeah.